Hey, I'm Raghu, one of the bloggers for Study in Sweden. And since the application deadlines to Swedish institutes and universities are coming along soon, so I thought I would make a video about how to strengthen applications to universities abroad, but also some points about Sweden in particular. So I wanted to start off by saying this is not an official video by the Swedish Institute or any universities in Sweden, but just my observations on how I work on my applications, more or less, and some of it might be useful for you as well. So before we get started, this video is more about the big picture things or what you should keep in mind about an application and how you should think about the application process in general rather than just the specifics of the CV or the cover letter. I'm planning on covering those topics in a separate video later on. So let's start with the application in general. So the first thing that I want to talk about is that grades are not the most important thing in these applications. What universities look for is your personality, what you really bring to the university, and just being the smartest person in your class doesn't really play the most important role in the selection. I have friends who have classmates who have pretty low GMAT score or much lower CGPAs in universities, but that's really not a deal breaker. So if you don't have the best grades in class, don't really worry about it and don't give up. What you should think of is how you can improve your application on the whole and really project a great picture of yourself, of what you bring to the university and why you stand out, really. So that should be your focus. Don't give up because your grades are too bad, and don't take it for granted that you would get a place in the university where you want to study just because your grades are really good. It's really important, but it's not the most important thing, and we shouldn't be stuck on that. Uh, The second thing that is super important in this entire process is that to look at this entire process as a matchmaking process. So schools put in a lot of time and effort trying to understand each applicant and what strengths and weaknesses each applicant brings and what value they would add to the class, if they would fit in the culture of the university and the country and stuff like that. So they've put in a lot of time to figure out these values or these implicit values that we project when we talk about ourselves through the applications, our achievements, and things like that. So it's really important that you keep this in mind and also think about why really do you want to go to a certain university or a certain college. So do some good research on that, talk to alumni, talk to representatives of the school, and talk to current students and understand why you want to go to this college. And if you fit in the university, in the culture of the university, and whether the university is really right for you and the country. I think it's really important to figure this out right in the starting before you go into the applications. Also think about the entire application process as a learning process, because there will be a lot of rejections, and important point is to learn from these rejections and improve the applications as you keep going forward rather than giving up. Of course, rejections are hard, and I've had my fair share of rejections, but the entire process teaches you some skills about these applications, which are really important later on in life when you're going to apply to companies for jobs and stuff like that. So look at the entire process as what you can learn and what you can improve, and keep building on your application with every rejection rather than being disappointed and sad and giving up. So best of luck for your applications. I'll try and cover CVs and cover letters in the next video that I do, and hope you apply to Sweden. Best of luck.